YouTube channel? I got a YouTube channel? Like, I literally forgot I posted these videos. And then I'm like, no way. So I literally go to my YouTube channel and I'm checking it and I'm like in shock. Hey loves, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Bryce if you don't know, and today, as you can tell by the title, I am going to be talking about how I was able to gain 1,000 subscribers on YouTube within 2 months. So before I go into the tips, I'm going to be talking about my backstory, about how I was able to gain 1,000 subscribers. So at this point, when I decided to create a YouTube channel, I just gained 10,000 followers on Instagram within 2 months. So I thought that was a great way for me to create a YouTube video on it, because I felt like at this time a lot of people were getting into content creating and wanting to be an influencer and gain a following on social media. So I was like, why not create a video on it? So this video literally took me 2 days, and then I also created 2 more videos as well. And then after I finished creating all those videos, I ended up moving out and moving to a different state to be on my own. Once I finally got settled down here in LA, I decided to look back at the clips and edit them and post them on YouTube. And it's funny because once I did that, I kind of felt like I needed to take a step back because I was being so consistent on Instagram that I felt drained. And I just felt like I just needed time to rest and just really be in the moment and experience this new area that I'm in. So it's funny too, because I actually gave YouTube a break because I literally couldn't think of any ideas. And if I'm not passionate about something or I'm not dedicated and know that I have love for it, I need to take a step back because I'm not going to do it for the wrong reasons. So I took a step back, and then it's funny because I was on Instagram randomly one day. I think this was almost at the 2-month mark, and I literally get 2 comments from, I don't remember their names, I wish I did, and they were like, oh my gosh, like, I love your YouTube video, you're such a vibe. And then one of the girls was like, I just came from your YouTube channel, like, it was so great. And I'm looking at this like, YouTube channel? I got a YouTube channel? Like, I literally forgot I posted these videos. And then I'm like, no way. So I literally go to my YouTube channel and I'm checking it, and I'm like in shock because when I started, even when I posted on my Instagram, at this point I had like 10,000 followers, like, hey guys, follow my YouTube channel and stuff. I literally only had 40 subscribers, and that video probably had less than 100 views. I go back after I see these comments, and I literally have, I think it was like 1,000 views, and I had 200 subscribers at that point. And I'm like, oh, like, that's crazy. Like, YouTube must be pushing my video out for some reason. And then 3 days later, I'm at like 10,000 views on this video, and then I'm almost at like 500. And then within 2 months of me posting this video, I had 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. And then 2 weeks after that, I was able to get my watch time, and then I was able to be monetized. And I was just like, wow, that's so insane that I was able to do this all within 2 months, because I know people work so hard and it takes them like a year to get to that point. So I just wanted to tell you a little bit about my backstory, and now I want to give you tips on what I think will be super helpful for you to reach this point. Because I know a lot of times, like, YouTube is not all about making money, but it's nice to receive rewards for the hard work and effort that you're putting in, because shooting YouTube videos are a lot of work and effort, and then you have to come up with the ideas. You have to make sure you edit, and you're also probably working a 9-to-5 job and stuff like that. So please follow these tips, and I feel like they can really help you on your journey to gain 1,000 subscribers on YouTube and then even more. My first tip is to create relevant content. When you first start a YouTube channel, nobody knows who you are. So in order for people to find you, you have to become searchable, which is why it's so important to create videos on topics that people are searching. That's why I feel like my video with how I gained 10,000 subscribers, not 10,000 subscribers, how I gained 10,000 followers on Instagram was able to be pushed by YouTube, because so many people want to learn how to gain a following on that. So it's super searchable. People want to know about it, and it becomes beneficial to them because at the end of the day, it's helping them. I feel like when you create videos on YouTube that help people, it's more likely to be pushed out, and more people will be more willing to watch you. Because I don't know if you noticed, but even a lot of times, like when it comes to YouTube, if you don't have subscribers and that video doesn't have views, most people probably don't even want to watch it because they're just not willing to give you the chance. It could be such an amazing video, but because they don't think it's going to be beneficial for them, why would they end up watching it? And another thing you should do is ask yourself, what type of content would I want to watch? Because what I feel like a lot of people fail to realize is that there's so many people that think like you. Like, of course, you're very unique and special, but at the end of the day, like, we all want to watch the same thing. Like, at one point, I was watching YouTube videos on how to gain a following on Instagram. So now that I did it, why shouldn't I create that? Because more people want to know how to do that as well. My second tip on how to gain subscribers on YouTube is that, I know you heard this a lot, but thumbnails are so important. I'm gonna give you an analogy. So if you're going to the library, right, and there's 2 books, you don't know anything about this book, chances are you're gonna pick the book that's most intriguing to you, which is probably gonna be the book that, I don't know, is nice, the picture's clean, the title tells you exactly what the video is going to be about, it's not a mess. So you're more likely gonna pick that book than this book that's a blank cover that I don't know what I'm gonna read when I get into that. But another way to look at it as well is that when you do finally gain subscribers and stuff, if the book that's a blank has recognition, chances are you're gonna pick that book because you've heard about it. But right now, when you're starting a YouTube channel, nobody has heard about you right now, so you have to make yourself stand out from others, which is what the thumbnail does. And some tips that I would give within creating a good thumbnail is to have a clear picture. What has helped me a lot is I take pictures on Instagram, so I use those as my thumbnails because they're super clear, they're clean, and they have a lot of space around me to put text around it. And when you put text in your thumbnails, I would recommend using big, bold letters. And another thing that I would do as an example is for my video that YouTube pushed out on how I gained 10,000 followers on Instagram within 2 months, I decided to put my picture in the middle of me, and then I had a lot of space around me. And from there, I decided to do image of my followers count when I first started, and then an image of my followers account on the other side of me of where I'm at now. And I feel like that's super informative while still being simple, because it's like, okay, we see this girl, I see, well, that's how she started, and that's where she's at right now. Let me click on this video because obviously she knows what she's talking about. You know what I'm saying? So it's like little stuff like that that can end up being super beneficial from just viewing, because a lot of people are visual learners. A lot of times I've watched, a lot of times when videos have popped up on my explore page, I don't even read the title. I literally just look at the thumbnail and I'm like, manifestation. Let me click on that. You know what I'm saying? So it is important to create good thumbnails. My third tip is to be relatable and share your experiences. I feel like this is what allows you to really stand out on a deeper level and allow your subscribers to connect with you. Because it's one thing, for instance, to post content that people can gain knowledge from, but it's another thing for you to share your experience of how you were able to get to that point. Because a lot of people are going through exactly what you were going through, but they would never know unless you talk about it and unless you express how you were feeling during that time. And it also gives a lot of your subscribers, or just people in general, hope. It's just nice to be able to relate to some people, because at the end of the day, on the other side of this camera, I don't know what you're going through. I don't know if you're able to relate to me or not, but if I don't put it out there, I'll never know. And I think it's just nice to hear, you know, it's nice to see someone trying to achieve their goals and working hard, and you're also doing the same thing. And when you see that they were able to succeed to a certain point, it gives you hope too. So that's why I feel like being relatable and sharing your experiences ends up being super beneficial in the long run, because it allows you to connect with the people watching your YouTube video. Yeah, so try to be relatable. I feel like it's nice, you know? Why am I gonna just talk about, oh, like, I gained 10,000 followers on Instagram, here's some tips. Okay, yeah, but what was you going through when you was trying to gain those 10,000 followers? Maybe I can relate to it a little more. Maybe that might give me even more motivation. You know what I'm saying? So it's like little stuff like that that ends up being super beneficial in the long run. My fourth tip is consistency, but consistency that works for you. I feel like YouTube is a little different because it takes a lot more effort than TikTok and Instagram. you have to come up with ideas, you have to shoot your video, you're shooting your videos, you're stumbling on your words, you gotta get comfortable with the camera. It's just a lot more energy that you have to put out, and then after that, you have to take time to edit, you have to look through all your clips. So it can be a little harder to be consistent with YouTube. So I say consistency with what works for you. I think it's a great point to start with 1 video a week. And then once you feel like you can handle that, then going to 2 videos within a week. And then if you bold and strong, hey, if you can get 3 videos a week, do that. You know, do what works for you. But I will say though that one thing that I've learned while watching other people's videos on how they were able to gain their first 1,000 subscribers and stuff like that, or even how they were able to get to a point where they had a certain amount of subscribers that they were stuck with, and then they like gained to 100K subscribers, was that they always talk about consistency. And you probably hear me talk about it a lot because I feel like this is a very important ingredient within the formula of how to gain a following on any platform. But one thing that I've noticed that they all say is that, say for instance that they started their YouTube channel and they've been doing YouTube for 4 years, but that 4th year they always talk about how they really were consistent that 1 year and that it literally changed the game. So one thing I realized with YouTube is that like you really have to stay consistent. If you're consistent and you're on and off and on and off, it's probably going to take you to that 1 year where you decide to fully be consistent, where you'll probably see the most improvement. But I will say too, when it comes to consistency with YouTube is, you know, like I wanted to make this video talking about getting to the 1,000 subscribers mark, and also obviously trying to get your watch time, because that allows you to get monetized. But I do notice that like when you have a big following on YouTube, it is beneficial, but when you have like 2,000 subscribers, 3,000 subscribers, it really just ends up being whether YouTube is pushing out your content or not, because you can have 1,000 subscribers and every one of your videos is getting pushed out to 50K views and above, and you're making pretty good money. Or you can have 10,000 subscribers, but you're not being consistent, and then all your videos drop to 200 views, which is really nothing on YouTube. So that's another tip. That's another reason to have motivation with being consistent on YouTube, not for the money, but just so that your subscribers can get used to seeing you, and you can keep motivating people and putting yourself out there to get to the point that you always wanted to reach to within a good time frame. My last tip on trying to gain a following on YouTube is don't be afraid to try different niches. I know when I talk about Instagram and TikTok, I talk about how important having a niche is, but I feel like with YouTube, it is different, because I feel like with YouTube, like a lot of people talk about how their channels is lifestyle, beauty, and I don't know, like lifestyle, beauty, and something else, and that is super broad. Lifestyle can be like me doing a weekly vlog. Lifestyle can be morning routine. Lifestyle can be me talking about how my week was. Lifestyle can be so many things, me showing you my gym routine. You know what I'm saying? So don't try to categorize your YouTube channel into one thing, because I've watched a lot of people on YouTube, and what I've learned as well is that you never know what's gonna pop off. That one video that I posted that YouTube pushed, I had no idea that it was gonna get 100K views. I literally had no idea. If you would have told me back in the day, hey girl, like in 2 months this video is gonna pop off for you, I would have been like, yeah, okay, whatever. And it did, because it was relevant to what people want to watch, and so YouTube started pushing it. So you really don't know. So just because one video pops off, like yeah, I am making a video about how I gained my 1,000 subscribers, you know, you can stay in that topic frame, but also try to explore stuff too, especially when you don't have that many subscribers. Like try different stuff, because you never know what could pop off next. So I think that's super good to keep in mind, because you don't know. And I feel like a lot of people frame themselves, and then you start getting stuck, and it was like, yeah, we wanted to see that one video from you, but we also want to see other stuff. Like, all right, you talk about tips all the time, like what is your life, blah blah this, blah blah that, you know what I'm saying? So keep stuff like that in mind. Thank you so much guys for watching this video. I hope it was super helpful, and I'm wishing you so much luck on your YouTube journey, or if you are trying to gain a following on all social media platforms. You definitely can do it. I almost have 3,000 subscribers on YouTube, which sounds kind of crazy, but shout out to all of you for following me because I really appreciate it. And I hope you have such an amazing day.